Good afternoon. We're going to do the weekly recap for this past week's trades. Um, I did manage to go the full week without one loss. I've had so many good weeks in the past where I've had like one or two losses, and I came so close from having a perfect week. And haven't really been trying. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and it actually happened this week. So I did finish the week 18 wins and no losses. So, and last week I had a good week too. Last week I had like I think 28 wins and three losses. It was like a 91% rate. So between last week and this week, it's just been really crazy. I mean, this streak has been really insane. So hopefully next week we can keep it alive. But yeah, 18 wins and 0 losses for my very first perfect week. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I say all the time that I'm different from other rooms. I'm precise. I snipe my trades. I like to try to be right as much as I can. I don't just throw out a bunch of alerts like everybody else and just see what sticks. I am laser focused on what I'm doing. So yeah. I'll get started with Tuesday because remember there was no trading on Monday because it was Labor Day, but the Tuesday was the Monday of the week, and I only had 3 trades. I had SPY puts and I had TGT puts. Now you can go on my Twitter and you can see the timestamps of all the trades, or you can go on Discord and you can look at the past alerts, but the Twitter is the best one because it actually shows the timestamps of the day. So you can look up the trade yourself and you can compare. I grabbed 330 puts on SPY at 9:30 right at open. Now, as you can see, Friday we had a big squeeze at the run up at the end of the day, and it kind of pulled back a little bit right at close. Then it just stayed elevated. Then it just sold off pre-market. Then when I was looking at this, I was thinking, okay, I don't think it's going to drop anymore because it's already went from 345 to 336. So, but I said to myself, if it get underneath these pre-market lows, I would grab it. And I did, and I wasn't too comfortable because like I said, it's already dropped quite a bit, and if you looked right here on Friday, this is where it bounced. So I was very skeptical, but if it got underneath this area of 336.40, I took it, and I did take it. I took the 330 puts at 72 cents, and they went from 72 cents to $1.28. Now the options were very expensive on Monday for for an expiration day. Usually expiration day you can buy at the money, but because of the volatility and the massive range that they're priced for a bigger move. So yeah, it dumped right there at open. So I grabbed the 330 puts at 72 cents, and it went to $1.28. Then when it quickly reversed, I grabbed calls right away. I grabbed the 340 calls. Look at the 330, then the 340. That's a $10 difference right there. But yeah, I grabbed the 340 calls at 957, which was right above this high. Yeah, right here, right through VWAP. I grabbed the 340 calls at 75 cents, and then went to $1.01. Remember, it's expiration day. You're buying way outside the money, so you're going to get in and out. If it was at the money, probably could have been a little more daring and hold. But when the price is at 336 and you're holding 340 calls, I mean, it chops. You're going to get destroyed. So you're going to get in and out, and that's what I did. And the last one I had on Tuesday was TGT puts, and I grabbed them at 1048, which was right here. Now it popped up and it had this sharp drop. So I grabbed the 142 puts at 71 cents, and it started to come up with VWAP. It rejected. As long as it stayed underneath the 146.50 area, I was fine. I don't go based on option prices. I don't pay attention to that, because if you pay attention to the option prices, you're going to get stopped out so many times just because of theta and chop. You gotta stay and let the chart work itself out. And I say that all the time. Yeah, it gets scary at times watching the option prices get destroyed, and but you gotta stay to the chart. The chart is your true mover, and that's what's going to move the prices. So I rejected VWAP and it chopped. I mean, it started wrecking the TG puts, and then it finally dumped. So they went from 71 cents to $1.12. I mean, it started going green right in here somewhere. So yeah, if it made this move back here or even here, they probably would have gone 100%. But because it had this chop right here, they got destroyed. So the chart was still good. It's still valid. So I stayed with it and stuff like that. So Wednesday was the next trade. I had Tesla, SPY, and BABA. Okay, let's put Tesla up. Now, I've been trading Tesla a lot more because the option prices aren't so bad. So let's bring this up to the next day. Now, I grabbed Tesla 410 calls at 9:38, which is, let me blow this up a little more. Is this the right day? Yeah. Yeah, I remember this day. It stayed elevated up. I was kind of hesitant about it because I'm so used to stocks when they gap up like this that they gap down and fill the gap. I mean, when they gap up, they fill the gap and then pop. So it started to drop, and it didn't really drop. But once it got over this little high right here, pre-market high, I got the 410 calls at 260. They went from 260 to 390 just in that little, and it rejected the 200 EMA. That's a good area to get out of. The algos, they react to the moving averages. So, and that's exactly what I did. Then I grabbed SPY 341 calls at 1025, and I believe it was rate 1025 right here, right in here. Now I saw it, I should have taken it right here, but it was in Tesla. But when it was up here, and I was also looking at the just make sure I have the right chart. Yeah, I was looking at the previous day how much it sold off, and it had a little bit of a pivot right in here, but I should have grabbed it right here because I was in the Tesla. I didn't see it. Then I was like, okay, it's been down so much, and that they could have probably squeezed this, and so I jumped in. I chased it a little bit, and actually I chased it a lot. So I grabbed the 341 calls at 64 cents, and they went to $1.77. They went 150% right here in the chase. So when I grabbed it and I saw it going right in here, I was a little like, maybe it's going to reverse on me, but then it ended up squeezing. So it all worked out well. And then I grabbed BABA 285 calls. I remember this one. This was the 9th. Now, I saw that I was looking at the Tuesday, and I was saying in the room, if it gets over this 273 area or even 275, no, 275 was the next day. When I get over this 273 area, it was going to pop, and that's when I grabbed the 1138, which was right here. I grabbed it, bounced off VWAP right when it went over this green candle, and it pushed through the 200 EMA. I got it at 89 cents to $1.40. 285 calls, so like if they're way outside the money, gonna get in and out. And BABA is just for some reason BABA hasn't been making that many good moves. It's just been chopping like crazy, and I just getting in and out of it, and I don't want to stay in chop. I got chopped enough in August. I'm trying to just stay away from that. Then the last one of the day was SPY puts. I grabbed 227. I grabbed the puts. Must be right here. 227. Right there. Yeah, I grabbed the 341 puts at 82 cents. Now, as you can see, it rejected the RCT trend line, regression channel trend line on the 10-minute, and it came back down, and when it broke through this little area, that's when I grabbed the 341 puts at 82 cents, and it popped up a little bit. But as it popped up, there was a divergence going on. See right here and here, it's divergence is going on. I mean, it's the MACD is going lower as it's going higher. So I still had the play was still good, and it being the 9th. What day was the 9th? 9th wasn't Wednesday. It was an expiration day. Now Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had the 341. The puts were at the money, so I knew that if it moved just a little bit, it would go in the money. For some reason, I thought it was a non-expiration day, but yeah, because I had the 341 puts, which were the price was in the 341.40 area. So all I needed to do was drop 50, 60, 70 cents, and it would send them into the money, and they would skyrocket. So, and they went 100% on those ones. So that was Wednesday. Thursday, I traded Baba again. Let's get back to Baba again right here. And BA, I'll bring up BA. BA. Now I grab BA. Make sure I've got the right days. Okay, I grabbed Baba calls at 9:31. Now I said in pre-market, now if it gets over this 275 area, which was this pre-market high and a previous day, that I was grabbing calls, and I grabbed the 285 calls at 64 cents, and I got it this little 10-minute pop from 64 cents to $1.06 was the high of the calls, and a quick little move. I said it right in pre-market. I try to like tell people, what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for if it goes over this. And I've been watching this 275, and I probably could have bought again and grabbed it again, but whatever. I like to, when the trade works out and does what I want, I like to move on to the next one. So, and BA was the next one. I grabbed the 167.50 calls at 97 cents. I grabbed BA at 9.43, which was probably right here, pushing through the moving average, breaking through the ORB, open range breakout. I grabbed the 167.50 calls at 97 cents to $1.23. As you can see right here, it tried to break out here and failed, and it held its area, and it did pop a little bit. Just get in and out with BA. BA just can't get out of its own way. It just cannot get any upward momentum, any bullish momentum. It's either going sideways or it's still bleeding. It needs something to get out of this trend. It's been ridiculous. So SPY was the next one. I grabbed SPY puts on the 10th. Now I grabbed SPY puts at 10.28, which should be right about here. Yep. As you can see, it ramped up pre-market, and it chopped right in this area, the 342 at open, and it just stayed there and chopped. And when it broke this consolidation area right here, which was this previous day's area, when it broke down, that's when I grabbed the 338 puts. Now remember, this was a non-expiration day. Let me just double check. The 10th is a non-expiration day. Yeah, it was. So I grabbed the 338 puts at $1.11, and boom, and it rejected VWAP, and just it dumped. So they went from $1.11 to $5.77 on this huge drop right here. But I knew when it tried to go at pre-market, at the open, and it couldn't go anywhere, and it just stayed in this little 342 area. I knew if it broke down below this 341.34 area, through the VWAP, it was gonna get slammed, and it did. And I was surprised that it got slammed harder than it did, because it did bounce off the pre-market right there and rejected VWAP and then the moving averages. So yeah, so they went 400%. Then the next one was Lulu. Now Lulu, I've been watching that one too. It got hammered on earnings. It had good earnings, and it just got hammered, and then the 10th I watched it. Now I watched it because obviously because it got hammered, and it had a nice little run up at the end of the day on Wednesday, and I said that if Lulu did manage to break out. Now I didn't grab it right here because I was in Baba and BA, but I should have right there, and I even said that if it gets over the 327, it's gonna pop. Then it stayed over the VWAP, and I said in the room at this time that if it gets over the 334 area, actually I think I said 333, I'd have to double check, that it's going to take off. And so I ended up grabbing the 347.50 calls at 54 cents, and they went to $1 $15, just 100% move right there. Lululemon just loves to move. I mean, it's a good one to trade. I like trading it, so I'll keep watching Lululemon. I think Lululemon is going to end up make a nice big run. I mean, as you can see on the hourly, I mean, let me back it out just a little more. You can see it's diverging right here. You get this little low and this lower right here. It's making lower lows, and the MACD is making higher highs. So it's got a bullish divergence going on, and I think that it's going to have a big run this week. So I would like to see it make a big pop to 340, even close the gap at 350 this week. So we'll have to see if that actually does happen or not. But it's a little free lesson for you. Tesla, I had Tesla TSLA. I had Tesla again at what time? 229. Let's see, 11:38 on the 10th. Okay, now 11:38. No, sorry, 229 right here. Now I remember when I was watching this that it had this little, the previous day highs was right in this area. It was at the 366.50 area, and when I saw it push through the 200 EMA and it got down to this, I was like, okay, it's probably going to bounce right here. So I did grab it right in here on this green candle. So it did go from $1.90 to $2.75. Then I saw in the room that other people were like, oh, it's going back down to 366.50 again, when you should grab it again. But the problem is, when it popped like that and it quickly rejected, that if it rejects really, really fast like that within a couple candles, there's a huge high probability that it's going to break the low, and it did. So someone said that in the room said if I should get it there again. I said no, I'm not interested, because I just rejected it too fast. So it's going to break, and it did manage to recover, but I didn't like it. So I'm very selective about what I do and how I trade and things like that. So let's see, Friday. Let's see, I had Roku, then Tesla. Okay, I'll put Roku over here. Now Roku, I had Roku puts. Now Roku has been like struggling in this range, this 160 area, and I said that right in the pre-market, I said if it gets below this 160 area, I'm looking for puts, and I grabbed the 157.50 puts at right at open at 94 cents, and they went to 485 on this huge dump. So timed that one. Then I had Tesla. Make sure I have the right day. Tesla, I had 391 calls at 9:45, so I grabbed it right here when it filled the gap on the 200 EMA bounds, and they went from $1.91 to $2.62. I was sweating it a little bit. I got in and out, and then I ended up grabbing BABA and Tesla again. So I grabbed BABA. Now BABA, I had puts, let's see, the 11th. Now I had puts at, let's see, on BABA at 9:55. Yeah, right in here. As you can see, there's a pivot right here, and it couldn't get over the pre-market high right here, and it started to reject. That's when I grabbed the 270 puts at 93 cents, and they went to $2.15. So the better entry would probably be right through the moving averages in VWAP. But yeah, it rejected this area, and this is the candle I got in right there. So that's where I grabbed BABA. I had Tesla again at the same time. Well, actually, it was like within a minute at 9:55. 9:55, right here, I think. Yeah, right in here. Right, as you can see, look at the previous day. I always get a look at the previous day's action, because it will dictate where it could possibly bounce or reject. And right here, it bounced. I grabbed the 382 calls. Now remember, the first one I had 391 because it was right here, just in this little sharp decline. I had to readjust my strike, and I always do that, especially on Fridays, on lotto days, on expiration days. You have to adjust, even if it chops and it's still within like same dollar range. You've got to adjust because theta will wreck it, and you got to get closer to the money as you adjust. So I did grab the 382 calls at $1.94, and just from here to here went to 247. So that was another good one. Then I had Netflix. I almost had my loss on Netflix. So yeah, I was a little nervous. Now I had Netflix twice. The first time I had was at 10.10, which was right here, right through the moving averages, and the VWAP. I grabbed the 470 puts at 81 cents, and right in this little drop right here, I got out right at the lower day just in case it popped. I'm glad it did. 81 cents to $1.10. Then it just went sideways, and I ended up grabbing the 470 puts again at 10.34, which was right here. Now, I grabbed it right in through VWAP because, I mean, right here when it broke down, I grabbed it, and it came back up here, and it started to reject VWAP again, because I remember when it pushed through VWAP, that's when I jumped in again. I grabbed the 470 puts again, but this time at 66 cents. And then it popped a little, and it went sideways, and it went down here, and it was still red. And I thought for sure I was going to take my first loss for the week, and I just held it 0-0. I wanted to win. I wanted to finish a perfect week, and luckily, this right when I first got into it, I was saying in the room, if it got below this 485 area, it was going to dump, and it tried to, and it popped back up. So when it did it this time, I was like, okay, hopefully it will do it this time, and it did. And I was able to recover. I mean, those puts I had at 66 cents, I think were down to like 20 cents, even lower. I think maybe even 15 cents. If I remember correctly, I'm not sure, but I know they got definitely into the 20 cents. So they lost 80%, 75% of its value. And this dump right here recovered them, and they went to 99 cents. So definitely would have been my last loser if it was turned into a loser, but fortunately it did not turn into a loser, and I was able to keep the streak alive for the week. So yeah, everything worked out. Like I said, the first week of September I had like 91% win rate, then I had 100% this time. So next week hopefully it'll be another strong week, but we'll have to see what happens, and this FOMC and this OPEC, so it could be choppy, so we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, thanks for watching the recap. I hope this has helped, and be sure to be in the room if you're not already. Thank you.